I greet you, my fellow friend, everywhere you are, in all four corners of the world. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm here to introduce the book. So welcome, brothers and sisters, welcome, brothers and sisters. It's not a devotion, but it's a presentation over the book, African history. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, friends. We are here to breathe more about an African book. This is why we are here. You can see my king with me, Twaibu Ndala Chimbalanga. He's one of the African kings together here. He's a narrator, the narrator of the book that we're going to share more about. If you're going to have some question, you are welcome to ask any question concerning this book that we're gonna talk about here. It's a beautiful book. The book that speaks more about the African people, the migrations of African people, how people, they were migrating, Bantu were migrating from different places, and how they were creating languages. This is how the book going to talk about. We are live on this media here, Africa Up Media 24, presenting the book. I can give the podium to the king to greet you, brothers and sisters, everywhere you are, in all four corners of the world. This is a Wayao king, Wayao of Mozambique, Malawi, Tanzania, Zambia, and Mozambique. This is here, the appointed king. He is going to be coronated soon. This is why I am here with him right now, live here, to present a book, an African book. Let the king greet you there. Thank you. Majesty, you are welcome to greet people there.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Firstly, I have to greeting to all my brothers and sisters wherever you are, and you are welcome to hear the statement and information, whatever we can share here regarding for the book. And I am very happy wherever you are to listen it, this information.
Thank you so very much, Daddy King. You heard him how greeting you right in this right moment. So the book is talking about the migration, the beautiful book and a good book. You see how African people were making languages in immigration. So dear brothers and sisters, there is some information that we have never learned to school, but now we are writing down and trying to help more brothers and sisters to know how our forefathers were creating languages. We start in Tanzania, where Wayao came from. Wayao felt the war in Tanzania. There were some groups of Africans who fought, and in fighting, there were some of them fell. When they felt, they decided to go somewhere else. Like from Tanzania, they went to the forest, they meet there. Then the Ule nation, the Matengu nation, the Nindi nation. Arriving in the forest, all of them, they were losers. They decided to make a coalition, to come together in a way of increasing their power. They come together as a three nation. Then the Ule, Nindi, and the Matengu. After the agreement of being together, they decided to find a pasturage, a place where they could build, where they could stay. Then from there in the forest, they crossed the river. They crossed the river, Ruvuma River, to go where? To go to Mozambique to find a shelter. Carry on going, they come to reach the Yao Mountain. On the Yao Mountain, when they live in the Yao Mountain from some long periods, they became the Yao people. They start to call them the Yao people due to what? They took the name of the mountain because the mountain was called Yao Mountain. Then they became the Yao. In living there, they decided to have their own language because there were three nations together speaking different languages. Then the Ule, Matengu, Nindi. So they decided to have one language which they will use in their coalition. They mixed the Ule, Matengu, Nindi, and Swahili to come out with Chiao. This is how Chiao was born. Maybe you still have more questions about how your mother tongue was born. Maybe you didn't know. This is how Chiao was born. It's a mix of Ndendeule, Nindi, and the Matengu and Swahili came out to be Chiao, the language of the Wayao people. From creating Chiao, they became the Yao speakers. That Chiao now is a language spoken by almost 4 million people in Tanzania, in Mozambique, in Zambia, and in Malawi. After that, they decided to have a king. Go with me well. People felt there were 3 tribes. They came together. They decided to be one tribe, go along to find where they could live, reaching the place, combining the languages, different languages that they had, to come with the one language and the one nation. That is how more Bantu were doing. Sometimes you come to see how our mother tongue look alike. Yeah, in going, they were mixing languages. This is why you're gonna come and find in Zulu, there is a little Swahili. Now you're gonna ask yourself how this Swahili from the central of Africa is coming here in some languages in southern Africa. This is how the languages were created by that time. If you go today in Tanzania, you're gonna find people speaking the Ndeule, you're gonna find people speaking Nindi, you're gonna find people speaking Matengu. They are there and they're living. But when you look in Chiao, and those languages are there because they were mixed with Swahili to come with Chiao. So dear brothers and sisters, this is a beautiful book, and when the book will be published, I know many people will like it because it's helping more brothers and sisters to know how the migration was. Before the colonists come, how our forefathers were living, how the kingdom were formed. Let's look. On the mountain, they formed a kingdom. By 3 nations, they chose the king of their choice. They made the cultures, see 3 cultures. Nindi, Ndendeule, Matengu, all these 3 cultures, they came with the one culture, rules, math, as everything they put together to stand as a one nation. Dear brothers and sisters, that migration never stopped from there because there were division again. After making the rules, after making tradition and culture, the king who didn't respect something, which made angry some people and decided to make division. How? The king had a sister, the king of Wayao had a sister, a princess. One of the slaves fell in love with that princess. And that man was a good person, good looking and courageous in the kingdom. He wanted the princess. According to Wayao tradition, the son over the sister can become the new king. This is what the reason why the other group of the Yao decided to divide, because they knew in the future they will be leading by the son of the slave. We are still in Mozambique, and one group decided to come out over the mountain, and another people, they decided to go back in Tanzania. This is why today when you go to Tanzania, you're going to find Wayao. But first they were not Wayao, they were the Deule, they were Nindi, they were Matengu. Reaching in Mozambique, they created to be Wayao, they come back again in Tanzania, Wayao. The other one, they go to Mozambique, to Malawi, to do what? To overthrow the kingdom that was in Malawi, the Maravi kingdom. The group of the warriors, they decided to go to fight in Malawi, to win a battle, and to build their kingdom in Malawi, to fight with Karonga, the king which was in Malawi. The journey never stopped. They camped some years in the world to go to Malawi. They reached in Malawi. They went to the king. They asked for a place. The king accepted them. King, am I right?
Clear.
Am I right, king?
100% right.
The king there accepted them. He gave them the lands for them to stay. So dear, this is why I'm telling you how our forefathers were creating leaders, how our forefathers were creating languages, how our forefathers were creating culture and the tradition. When they are in Malawi now, as a group, they need to have a leader. So the Wayao reaching in Malawi, they vote now. Who must lead? The one of a big family must be a leader. That is how African is about. When there is a coalition, there will always be a vote. A leader with a large family, that is always be the head. Someone with 4 people or 3 people can come and lead and be above someone who got 400 people, a large family. Now the Yao voted for Mdala Timbalanga to be commander-in-chief of the army and their chief in Malawi. But all along they had a mission to overthrow the kingdom of Maravi, the kingdom of Chewa. That was their primordial objective while they reach in Malawi. So, as the Wayao, they always want to uplift their king, same as you see my king here. If the Yao in Malawi as the king, they have to carry him on stretchers. So that is a culture to Wayao, to make a stretcher and carry a king. A king is not an easy person to walk here and there. They have to carry him on a stretcher. The Wayao decided to start to carry their king. By carrying the king on a stretcher, it became a challenge to the Wayao because the Chewa didn't like that. Coming in our kingdom and you carrying some other person instead of carrying our king. Then it became a challenge to the Wayao in Malawi. Spies going to tell King Karonga, here, these people that you gave the land here, now they already appointed some leader, now they're carrying him on the stretchers. He sounded as a king too in another kingdom. That is how the conflict started. My dear brothers and sisters, I think you are learning how our forefathers were creating the leadership, leaders, culture, tradition, languages. It was like that. So learn a lot. This, what I'm teaching you here, it's the knowledge that you're going to find in most African kingdom, in where the black are all over the entire world. It's going like that. I hope you share this live with more brothers and sisters everywhere they are. Just forward. Today I'm not coming with the Bible. Today we are speaking about African kingdom, helping these our genius to understand how African leadership was operating in 18th centuries and 19th centuries. This is why we are here in this right time. I call upon all brothers and sisters to join us. So Karonga was not happy to see another leader carried in his kingdom. What they did, he sent his commando, his chief to come to go and confiscated all the material over the Yao people, the king of the Yao. It was like that. He sent the commando, the chief, to go and did that. They arriving to the king, the chief over Wayao. They collected, confiscated everything. The throne, the sofa, the bed, everything that was in the house of the leader of the Wayao. They took everything. The animals, you see how the conflict, people were creating conflict far back there. After collecting that, the Wayao community were angry. You approach us, you will come us, we are here, we got our leader. When we carry our leader, you got angry of that, you come and confiscated everything. So that was a challenge to the Wayao. They started now to prepare the war to overthrow Maravi kingdom. What they did, they dig down to know more about the king of Wachewa, how powerful he was, and digging down more. They never stop from there. They want some munition, the hot munition, the machine guns. When they could start the war, they could be fit enough in a combat. What they did, they went to Zanzibar to deal with the emperor, Sultan Said, who was controlling Zanzibar and Oman. This was a late emperor, emperor of Oman and Zanzibar. They went and deal about the guns and the warriors just so they may succeed in that battle. You know, the agreement with the emperor was to convert to Islam. Only that. They agreed that when you help us with warriors and munition and we win the battle, me and my people are going to be Muslim. That's only. That was the agreement. Nothing payment that was agreed there. When Mdachi Mbalanga and the delegation came back to Mozambique, they never stopped there. They went to also to meet the Portuguese, the white people, to help them also the munition. They agreed about the payment, everything was sorting out. Whenever the war could start, they could have the hot munition, the hot munition to fight and they overthrow the government over Maravi. It was like that. They went to Malawi with the already support of the Arabs, support of the Portuguese. Anytime they could open the war because they were supported. They got munitions from Arab and from Portuguese to stand, to fight the Chewa people, the Chewa kingdom. So before they could start the war, they went to meet the Ngoni community because the Ngoni community came in Malawi before them and they fought too with the Chewa, but they surrendered, they failed the war. The Ngoni failed the war earlier before the Yao. The Yao wanted the support of the Ngoni people to join them to fight also Karonga because Karonga was not an easy person. It was a giant, it was a strong government filling the munitions, so it was not easy for the rebel to fight with the government like a big kingdom and succeed. They need more supporters. The Ngoni didn't want to help on it because they feared as they fought the war, if they could fail the second war, what could they going to be? This is why the king of the chief of Ngoni, Gomani, decided to be neutral in that war. But he helped them to understand more about Kalonga. Who was Kalonga? How powerful he could be in fighting the war. This is the book, my dear. That is the book. What I'm telling you here, it's written in a book here. It's a good history to share with the more tribe. Then, when the Yao were ready to fight, they made again a stretcher for their king. Start to carrying their leader. When the Chewa, king of Chewa, heard about that, he planned to destroy them. He planned to fight with them because they break his rule. He only want the one that could be carried on the stretcher. Am I right, my king?
Clear.
Am I right?
Clear.
This is my king narrated the story to the writer here. I'm just sharing what he narrated to me.
You are right.
He's a principal narrator of this African book.
You are right.
And there is another narrators that help for us to put this pen down and bring this book which I'm sharing with you. And I know many universities, they will like this book. Many schools, they will like this book because it's globalizing more tribes. Tribe from Uganda, tribe from South Africa, tribe from Tanzania, tribe from Mozambique, and other from DRC. Yeah, from DRC and all over. How those immigration was. Thank you. So the Wayao, when they were ready to fight, what they did, the Chewa went again to try to confiscate the stuff of Chibalanga. Arriving there, that day was not an easy day. The Yao people with the Arab were already ready to respond. Undercover militaries, undercover militias were ready to respond. So when the king of the Chewa started what he did last time, wanted to confiscate it, the king of the Yao said, no. This time, no. This time,
No.
This time, no. You can't confiscate again. You can't confiscate again our stuff. That is how the war started here. They had to dispute. King of the Chewa and the king of the Wayao disputing. And the warriors are ready with the guns to start fighting. The fight started. Face to face. It was a face-to-face fight. The Chewa and the Yao were about in Malawi, in Marabi Kingdom. They killed each other for many years. This war took almost 10 years. Fighting tribe by tribe. This one collecting the people from Zambia to help. Other one collecting the people from Mozambique, collecting the people from Tanzania to help. Fighting where in Marabi Kingdom. 10 years, the two kings are fighting in one kingdom in 10 years. And until the king of the Chewa fell, he ran away where? To Zambia. Karonga left to Zambia. You know, my dear, those forefathers, they were not easy. If you read this history, you're going to hear how they could turn the lions. Some king in the war could become the lions. Another one could become the elephant in fighting. You see, these one are turning the lions. Other one are becoming to be the bees. They flew, they bite other ones. It was not an easy war. You will never find this history in the books. It has never been written. We are coming with this history to help more brothers and sisters in America, in Australia, in Africa, in all four corners of the world to read this history. This is why we are standing here to share this history. When the king of the Wayao of Achewa failed, he ran to Zambia. So Maravi Kingdom was off. Then the Yao stood with the Yao Kingdom, leading by Ndala Chimbalanga Ndindi Lupeta. That became the king of the Maravi Kingdom. He organized the chief to work with, the government, among the people who wanted to work with him, from the Nguni, from the Yao, from the Chewa, so on. That was a good leader. He didn't want to, he was not a selfish. He wanted good leader to work with him. So he didn't chase out the Chewa out of the kingdom because they were not of his tribe. He never did that, same as what Chewa did when they met the Batwa in the same place there. Earlier in the 15th centuries, but Ndala never didn't chase out any nation. He lived with all of them. he appointed chiefs from Chewer, from Ngoni, from Yao, and he worked with them peacefully. A peaceful king. You know, some kings were good, and we have to keep reminding each other there were some good leaders, and we still have good leaders. Like my king here is a good leader. I like the way he do things, the way his leadership is, and I keep just praying for him one day to be there, to be coronated there where his people are in Malawi, to be there, to stay with his people. That's here in South Africa was done a pre-coronation to appoint him. Now there is the last one to confirm the confirmation, the coronation, the last coronation. It's going to be done in Malawi. My dear brothers and sisters, let's continue with the history. Chimbalanga was a good, Ndala Chimbalanga was a good leader, a humble, a wise, among some wise African leaders that you knew in the history. Unluckily, the writers didn't write this history. This is why my king here narrated the history, so we are writing and we want more people to know. Because it's a hidden treasure. You can't hide the history of the nation. You know how painful it is when your history is hidden. They publish the history of other nations, but your history is hidden. Injustice still existing, not only in white people community. Injustice is all over. Injustice is all over. Even in some black community, there's still injustice. This is why some people, their history is hidden. Their true history is hidden. They keep speaking the history which are not healthy. Ndala Chimbalanga was the king who welcomed the white people when they came to start Christianity in Malawi. The Dutch reform. They were the first missionaries to arrive in the kingdom of Chimbalanga. In 1873, they reached there. They were welcomed. Ndala was the king who could tell the nation to choose the religion of their choice. If you want to be Muslim or Christian or continue following your belief, African belief, it's your choice. Freedom of religion, Ndala Chimbalanga made this. He's not as emperors, as kings who could force their people to join where they didn't want to join. He made clear, if you want to be a Christian, be Christian. If you want to be Muslim, be Muslim. If you want to carry on with your traditional faith, carry on. It was like that. Am I right, my king?
100% you're right.
Thank you so very much. I'm happy because I'm sharing this history in front of the narrator.
It was like that.
I'm a writer. The narrator is here, and as a narrator, I'm in Malawi and all over. What I'm sharing here is the truth. And I know this video is going to be shared in many places. This is a true history. Chimbalanga Ndingi was the one who welcomed white people in his kingdom, Yao kingdom. And he was killed by the same people he welcomed. After that, he was poisoned. He died. He was buried in a place where he fought hard. He fought hard in that place. After fighting hard and many soldiers died, he said to his family, when I'm dying, you have to bury me in my military base. For the monuments of forever and forever be there. So whoever fought with me in that land, they will never come to claim that land back, because I fought and they surrendered. See, a kind of a leadership. My dear brothers and sisters, our forefathers could fight. chiefdom to chiefdom, kingdom to kingdom. They could fight for land. Till today, you can still hearing some people, my land and my this, even a 1 meter at the limit of their land, they can fight. Neighbor to neighbor, they can fight for 1 meters. Our forefathers were fighting for land, dear brothers and sisters. They were fighting for land, or they were killing each other. Kimbalanga was a good-hearted person. He welcomed the people, he welcomed the whites. They came, they increased, and they turned monsters. They started to kill the black people. One was Kimbalanga died. His son, who could inherit him, Kimbalanga Chidot, was poisoned. There is another one, member of his family, Mdeza Kimbalanga, was poisoned. So the royal family was challenged. They killed most of the members of the royal family in a way to steal the land, in a way to steal the land, to destroy the kingdom. You will come a snake which gonna come to bite you. That is what happened to the Yaos. After welcoming the white people, they wanted now to take that kingdom by force, to rule. They start to kill the king, the sons of the king, the family members, and until to hunter them. Any leader who could stand like it's our kingdom, what? No, you could go. They were more traitors in Wayao, they were paying them to poison other people, to shoot other people, and the royal house was in a problem. Royal people, members, they start to run, to hide. And until the white people, they succeeded their plan to now register the country like a business company of the white. They start to rule, and they change the name from Yao Kingdom to Nyasaland, and it was like that. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a good book. You're going to understand the surname of Yao, Ngoni, Lomwe, Tumbuka, Chewas, how those people got the same surname, the reason of that. You're going to understand some names, the meaning of some names in Malawi, why this name is here, why this place is called like this, through this book. You are welcome, brothers and sisters, where you are in all four corners of the world. This is a good history, and I'm so very excited as a live explaining to you this history of how the Wayao was formed, Yao Kingdom, how the Yao became to be Wayao, how the Chiao were created. So, dear brothers and sisters, I hope you na book this book too. Thank you for being here with us, with my top leader here, the king of Wayao of Malawi, Mozambique, Tanzania, and Zambia. This is the one that's going to sit very soon. You're gonna be going to visit King John Swahibu Mundala Chimbalanga. He's here with me in Africa App Media 24 studio, presenting this beautiful book to you, brothers and sisters, to learn the few that is inside. And there's still gonna become a part 2 of the book too. My king, you are welcome. If you still have more to share with the people, if you're gonna share with them with the Chiao, it's still not a problem. You can speak Chiao. Feel free, explain them a little about the book in Chiao. The Wayao gonna hear you there.
Okay, thanks very much, and also I'm very happy to all the people, the brothers, to hear this message. And now I just need to speak with my brothers Yao tribe in home language ki Yao. Ngunyadila ashambuje kuti nditu buku nijelejo yikukopoka perepa kwa tundu wosope wa Yao. Jiri bukuji inshallah tujika mukisi lope owanashe wali pakali pano na chinangolo wosope wali munyumamu. Elotu jiri bukuji nditu